stay fresh. We need to find security, man. We need to find security. Coordinated when I stay fresh, got to be color coordinated at all times. We're going up, we're on the way up. Y'all already knew that though. We're going to the top. We're the penthouse button, hit the penthouse button. Boomin stay in the penthouse. We in the country, folks. This is Forsyth County Regional Championship. See if any of these young folks want that smoke.
Hey, Boomin. Boomin. Yo, Boomin.
I know you.
Nah, you don't. Nah, not chill, but hey, you mind?
Hey.
I just want to do a quick interview, man. I just need to ask you a few
Who are
questions.
you? Identify yourself some kind of way.
Hey, you'll know soon enough. I just need
What you need?
I just need to ask a couple questions.
I ain't done nothing. I whipped some ass on Madden and NCAA, but I ain't done nothing.
I just need to ask a couple questions with you, man.
Is this a setup?
No, not at all. Not at all, my brother. Not at all.
Be still. We good. What can I do for you?
I just need to ask you a few questions, man, if you don't mind.
Well, we can't do it out here in front of all these people. We need to step in the hallway.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, I'm low profile. You know that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
gotta be low profile out here. That's a two-part question, probably a four-part answer. The Madden Boomer, first and foremost, is the greatest Madden player who ever lived. Been doing it since 1992.
Damn!
Okay? Been on the underground circuit, way before they had the Madden Bucks. Okay, so we've been doing this. And yeah, we do the college and we used to do the FIFA. But none of that really matters. What matters is the mission. I balled for clout, you know, used to not control my emotions in this thing. And then one day the light came on and said, hey, you got to do what you're doing, but you got to do it for a bigger cause, a bigger purpose. And that was the evolution of the Madden Boomer project. And with that being said, we decided to take our skills and use them to be seen and to be heard for three very specific causes: autism awareness, cancer research, and suicide prevention. So I guess you might say I'm an ESP, esports philanthropist. That's a hard word for me to say, especially with this mask on, but I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. And we're doing this to help others. You got some more questions? Because I'm on a tight schedule, man. Let's go process of elimination. It ain't LeBron. So let's start right there. So we went from 4, now we're down to 3, right? It's not LeBron. So who that leave us with? Jordan, Kobe, or Curry. But Curry's still playing, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's still in the playoffs. I know he's hurt right now, but he's still playing. His legacy is still being made. So we're going to put him off to the side, right? So now we're down to 2 for right now. Kobe or MJ? Did Jordan play with the greatest center in the history of modern basketball? No, he did not. Jordan never lose in the NBA Finals? No, he did not. Did Jordan punch one of the nicest guys in the history of the NBA right in his eye socket to get him in line and to get him to, step his game up? Yes, he did. Was Jordan trying to be liked? No, he wasn't. I think we know the answer. Goats recognize goats. Did Jordan go to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill? Did Madden Boomin go to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill? Did Madden Boomin's little twin brother, Coach EB, did he go to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill? You got what I'm saying here? Jordan's the GOAT, and I respect if you have a different opinion. It just means you're wrong. I gotta follow the draft because those are the players that I might be playing with next year. So I follow the draft. I don't follow it too closely, but here's some thoughts I have. Cam Ward, he's that guy. The running back, what's the running back's name? The running back that got cheated out the Heisman Trophy, Ashton Genty. Okay, he's that guy. I know running backs are getting diminished, their roles are being diminished in the NFL, but that guy's different. He's special. He's a generational talent, in my opinion. So the Raiders have done a great thing in making that move. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about the high-profile guy that had his number retired in college and then got drafted in the 5th round. Okay, so if everybody want to talk about it, then Boomin's going to talk about it. Shedeur Sanders. A lot of mistakes. First and foremost, he ain't got no nickname. Right? How you gonna be that high profile? Your name is Shedeur. People don't even know how to say your name right, and you don't come up with no nickname. Okay, so he could have just went easy and been Shedeur Sugar Sanders. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. Last time I checked, Sugar is a pretty good nickname. You got Sugar Ray Robinson, that worked out okay. You got Sugar Ray Leonard, that worked out pretty good. You even got Sugar Shane Mosley. Right? Even that worked out good. So how come he couldn't be Shedeur Sugar Sanders? Because I tell you what, by the time he throw 2 interceptions in his first preseason game, they're going to have a nickname for him. It's going to be Shedeur the Manure. Okay? Shedeur the Manure Sanders. Manure, y'all look that up. You know what that means. You're from the country. So anyhow, there's some more things he did wrong. He tried to be like his daddy. Well, his daddy didn't play quarterback. His daddy played defensive back. Okay? Even his daddy had a nickname, right? That worked out pretty good, right? But when you're the face of the franchise, the face of the organization, the face of the corporation, like the quarterback is in the NFL, you're a millionaire working for a billionaire. And there's certain things you got to do and certain ways you got to carry yourself. So Dave Chappelle, comedian GOAT, he had a skit. Y'all can go look it up. Keeping it too real. Shedeur Sanders kept it too real. And that's why he went in the 5th round, and he might not even make the 53-man squad. And one more thing. I gotta say, I play all these little gangster dudes, wannabe gangster dudes online and all that, right? And then when I start busting that ass, I can say that, right? Yeah, like the donkey. When I start busting that ass, then they don't be so gangster. Okay, well, understand this. I'm from D.C. Chapel Hill was much later. I'm from D.C. We got a saying in D.C. It ain't no such thing as halfway crunk. You can't be halfway gangster. And what I'm talking about is this dude let some 21-year-old little kid, some 21-year-old little punk, call him up, prank called him, and go listen to him, right? He was, before the draft, he ain't go to the combine, he got his headphones on, he listening to music and all that. And then when a 21-year-old kid called him up and punked him, go listen to him. He sounded like, I've been waiting for this call. I'd be so happy if y'all would pick me, right? That's horrible. That was a horrible look. He should have said, look, man, if y'all ain't called me before now, I don't even want to talk to you. But no, he was dancing on the table, shucking and jiving and all that type of stuff, okay? So it's a lot wrong with him, but let's get to the football part. The dude turns around and runs backwards at the quarterback position. Last time I checked, there only been 2 players that ever do that at quarterback and have it work. Doug Flutie and Francis Tarkenton. So yeah, some of y'all not old enough, go look them 2 dudes up. So I don't think his skill set translates to the NFL. He ain't gonna be throwing to Travis Hunter. He ain't gonna be throwing the horn. I'm calling it right now. Save the tape, pull the tape up 3 years from now. Shador the Manure Sanders will be a bust, and I'll never play with him on Madden. Next question. He ain't the guy, he ain't never been the guy, and if he didn't have that big puffy hair, we wouldn't even know who he was. Next question. So I don't like to talk about other people's, trials and tribulations, so I'm gonna keep this real brief. Shannon gotta be smarter than that. He need to act like his older brother, Sterling Sharp, who just does football. And here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not judging anybody. I don't know what he did, what he didn't do. All I can tell you this, when you sign a $100 million contract, you gotta know people are watching. And if you know people are watching, then you gotta watch your step. And for all the people he could get affiliated with, a 19-year-old at the time, OnlyFans model should not have been at the top of the list.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
But I don't want to talk about the man's business, but he should have done better. He should have done better. Well, if you the GOAT and she your wife, silence is the only answer. Lions do not concern themselves with the activities of sheep.
This nigga's spitting right now.
So that's a great question. I appreciate that question because it really made Boomin think. So there's a guy who went from first round pick to laughing stock of the sports world to being an addict and really down and out in life. And instead of giving up, instead of tapping out, he dug deep and he turned himself around, he turned his life around. And then he took his experience that was negative, that was embarrassing, that was humiliating, and he turned it into a way to really talk to people about mental health issues. And my answer is going to be Ryan Leaf. Boy, you asking a hard question. I like it though. I like it. Boomin don't like nothing easy. So I got to go global here. We talk about football, but the #1 sport in the world is football. Okay, not American football. It's football. It's soccer. So if I wanted to talk to one person and have them, partner up and help get the message out, it only makes sense to talk to a GOAT or somebody that has the greatest reach. So. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo is real close. It's tight. It's neck and neck. But Messi's like Jordan. So with all due respect to Cristiano Ronaldo, it'd be Lionel Messi. It's hard, and that's something Boomer got to get better at. Is that balance? So what I like to do is feed off the energy of the people I'm playing against. But as you are well aware, the energy sometimes is negative. And something that I've worked on and I continue to work on is to make sure that negative energy doesn't take away from what I'm doing, why I'm there, and the messaging that we're trying to get out. So at the end of the day, I try to just beat hate with love. So in other words, I might be whooping your ass in the game. I got love for the cause. And I try to keep that in the front of my mind. It has, because first and foremost, we all have hard times and go through things. I say life be lifing sometimes. And there have been times when life was lifing, things were hard for me. And To be honest, excuse me, that Pollard boy, that Georgia Pollard, something different. But it can be an escape, and a healthy escape, right? You get to step away from what's keeping you up at night. You know, sometimes I might pull up on the console at 3 o'clock in the morning, can't sleep because I got thoughts running through my mind. I'm worried about this, thinking about that. When is it gonna get better, and this type of thing. And whether it's music, whether it's meditation, whether it's whooping ass on Madden or college or NCAA, having a healthy escape is something that you love. Hopefully you're good at it like I am, but something that you love, something that you enjoy, you know, it can really be therapeutic. So it has helped me, and it continues to help me because no matter who you are, and no matter what you have or what you don't have, sometimes life is lifing, and you need something to give you some enjoyment. And that's what it's done for me at times.
Message.
It wasn't a good moment. It was actually several years ago, before this project got started, and I was in a match with somebody with some real negative energy, and there was no doubt I was whooping his ass. But I got consumed by his negative energy, and I responded with negative energy, and I had consequences. I got banned, but when that ban was over, I said, I gotta do better, and I gotta use this platform and this passion and my God-given abilities. I mean, ain't nobody great at anything without God blessing them. And I said, I gotta use it to be positive and to make a difference. And I'll never forget that moment because it's what, it's really how this whole thing got started. Hey folks, this is the real Madden Boomer. And you know, we don't ask too many folks for too many things, but we do need to ask you all for a couple of things. We've been at this thing for a minute. We standing on business. We just filed our LLC papers. Got that in the works right now. But at the end of the day, it don't matter how many folks I whoop in the game. It don't matter what the rank is. It don't matter if it's college, if it's Madden. At the end of the day, we can't do what we're trying to do without you. And we'll never ask you for a dime because it ain't about the money. But we will ask you to help us in this way. Anytime you see or hear the real Madden Boomer, the Madden Boomer Project, just go on, hit the like, hit the follow, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Twitter, whether it's IG. We know old folks don't be on some platform and young folks don't be on other platforms. We don't care where it is, but the more you click, the more you think about how you and others can make a difference in raising awareness for autism, cancer research, and suicide prevention. So if it's not too much to ask, over these next 6 months, we just ask you to show support, or just a little click, couple of clicks, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks. Watch us when we're streaming, but just spread the word, and we're gonna do our part. And if y'all help us by doing those things, this time next year, we will have made a huge difference in this project. Boomers out.